Hello Aquarius, it's Marina from the Butterfly Effect, and this is your reading for December 2019. I did actually contemplate doing the reading with you because I felt I needed some sort of moral support. Because if you are one of my regulars, you know that the Aquarian has been dealing with the narcissist for literally the entire year. I think we might have had 1 month back in the spring when things were about rosy. So yeah, but it does take too long and you would be bored rigid with me pulling all the cards, I think. So Aquarius, this is your reading for December. It is a general reading. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Don't apply what doesn't fit. If you're in a good place, you know, in your love life, in your workplace, financially, don't be watching tarot. It will make you paranoid. If you would like a private reading, all my information is below. And if you're interested in Reiki, Distance Reiki, all that blurb is below as well. So let's get stuck in. So your energy for the month, Aquarius, or your main message is Snow White and her animal friends, which is you inspire trust and confidence, and the Ace of Vessels, the water of life, which is, you know, the Ace of Cups, really. So let's just have a wee look at Snow White firstly. This is your main message for the month. Here she is. It is time for you to step up and protect others who are smaller and more fragile than you. This may be a reversal in roles for you, but the deer and the hare and the quiet, soft ones have chosen you because they trust that you can do this job. You may feel an unlikely hero and you may experience a completely unforeseen victory, but you can do it. You must take steps now to live up to this honour and trust. It will be simple for you whether you remain in the forest or when you venture into the world once again. Will you make choices that support your animal friends? Make a commitment to protect animals by supporting wildlife, choosing cruelty-free products, and raising awareness of animal rights from within your school and family. Something you wish for will be given up for now, so that you can do something for the good of others, but your energy will change as a result, and that will bring you to your deepest dreams and desires, purified and at the perfect time. So it's basically saying that you're someone who's very trustworthy, that you're a safe person, that you're a good person, that you're a very loving individual, very receptive to love. I do have my peacock spirit in reverse here, let it shine. This is kind of hiding your light under a bushel. I do feel that you've probably, I think from what you've gone through, Aquarius, certainly for the Aquarians I'm reading, it has affected your self-esteem, your confidence in yourself. I think someone has tried to diminish you and, you know, yeah, diminish your light a little bit, maybe being very critical of you and made you feel just not quite good enough, really. This is sort of suggesting that you're also not you're not showing your love to someone, you're not feeling love for someone, but that ultimately you're sort of diminished is what I'm getting. Yeah, a little bit under the caution, not feeling quite great about yourself generally. Okay, so here we go. The main card, your heart of the matter, your significator is the fabulous Justice card for the month of December. So this is actually your energy. Move my cups around. So Justice, this is oopsie, bringing things into balance. This is very karmic. It can be that, you know, karma will have its way. It's fairness in legal matters. It's integrity. And it's the cause and effect. I feel that you're making a decision, quite a firm one with the major arcana, a major decision to bring things back into balance. And it is with regards to my fairy who was kissed by the pixies in reverse. So this is your relationship, your love situation. This is denied love. It can sort of signify jealousy, or that you've been dealing with someone who's possessive or demanding. And it's basically what I'm getting is that you're serving justice. You're calling time on your relationship. I did get, don't stop me now. You seem very determined to go through with this. I did get from the beginning of my reading, my songs will be below if you want to have a listen. I got Better the Devil You Know. I'll forgive and forget if you say you'll never go. It's so weird because I was just thinking that, I don't know if I heard this song today or not, I don't know, but actually I think that's a complete cop-out. Because if you have the sort of idea that it's better the devil, you know, then you're assuming that there's just everyone else are devils. And it's really not the case at all. So you've had, you know, and maybe picked a bad one, or it's just not going well. But I would never suggest staying with someone because you don't think you can do any better, or you know, it's just very comfortable even though it's a bit shit. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. So in your blocked position, what is your challenge for the month? Is the Ten of Wands. I've got two cards. I've got the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles. So my Ten of Wands is clarified with my feline in reverse here. So the Ten of Wands has been burdened, heavily burdened by this situation, feeling very oppressed, not being able to see the wood from the trees. And with the feline in reverse, I do feel that this is someone who makes you feel that this is your responsibility to put right. And this is what you need to address, Aquarius, because this is feeling that you are the one that needs to put things right. You ought to, or you should be doing this. It sort of suggests, I honestly get a very strong feeling of gaslighting here. I did get the song It's Just an Illusion, Always Confusion. That someone is making unreasonable or unfair demands on you. And that you're taking the load, you're carrying the weight. And I have actually written down, it's not my fucking job to fix it. So channeling someone there. I just feel this is enough. It's too bloody much, Aquarius. It's too much, and this is in your block position. So, you know, Monarchy's coming up at the end here, and this does feel like strong gaslighting, but I've got Justice right, bang center, first card up, your significator, and I do feel that you are now going to take control of this situation and address the situation. With the Ten of Pentacles and the Spirit Dancer, the Ten of Pentacles is all about stability. It is the home itself. It's your finances. And with my Spirit Dancer, this is about self-expression. I think you just need to state your case and speak up. It's also about freedom and exploration. I really do feel that you might actually be moving out and away from this person. You could, you know, literally just be serving divorce papers, going to see a lawyer, deciding to sell the property because it's just too much. Yeah. And these are in your block position, as in this is your obstacles, this is what you need to deal with. I do think you're quite clear in your mind coming through with the Justice card here. I mean, she's very, very determined. She's got her scales, she's got her sword up, she's very High Priestess energy here. As I say, I do think you've been under the cosh, you have been diminished, but you do have friends, you do inspire confidence, you still have got love in your heart, but I just feel that this is all too much, and there's no joy in it. It's just all weight. Now, in your subconscious, or maybe that which you don't know, I do have the Ten of Swords with the Knight of Cups. So the Ten of Swords in this deck, this is betrayal, basically. It is an ending, but it does normally speak of a betrayal, and one that you probably saw coming, that you chose to ignore in this particular deck with the Knight of Cups himself. Now, this is, I've got my dilettante in reverse here. This is the archetype. So this is an amateur, basically. This is jack of all trades, master of none, very superficial person who's coming through with things can only get better. So there may be some hope from this person that they want to improve the situation, but I think they're turning their back on the fact that there has been a betrayal. They may be denying that it was a betrayal. But in your subconscious, I think you're seeing this person as being quite superficial, someone who is lacking depth, and who hasn't had your back. Or if they have, they've stuck some knives in it. And the best you can achieve, or what's in your foremost of your mind, is the Page of Wands with the Soul Shrinker in reverse. Soul Shrinker. I mean, seriously, how many readings have we had the Soul Shrinker and the Glaucoma? I use this deck specifically now for Aquarius just out of some sort of macabre interest to see if the same cards come out. So here he is. But the Page of Wands, this can often be good news, but it's eagerness. It's I feel that you want to have this conversation. You want to deliver the news, maybe even just the divorce papers. It's speaking up, and it's speaking up about cruelty with what's his face? Soul Shrinker in reverse here. This is someone who's very cruelly spoken, who's quite malicious, can mean there's vicious gossip around you. But I think overwhelmingly speak your case, speak your bit, speak up. You might not have done this up until now, Aquarius, for whatever reason, but I just feel that the burden is getting to the point it's just too much. And the best that you can achieve is to state your case and speak your mind. This may come as a surprise to this person, in all honesty. If you have been sort of meek and mild and not really, you know, stood your ground in the past, or accepted responsibilities that weren't yours, accepted the gaslighting because it was just easier and just too much of a hassle not to, there's some sort of watershed moment here with the Justice card and Major Arcana. And in the past, this is how you felt in the Five of Cups. So basically feeling abandoned, feeling unloved. They may have left you in the past, or they may have just made you feel like you're a complete no mark and not very bloody important, is what I'm getting. And in your immediate future, I have got the Five of Swords with Karma in reverse. So the Five of Swords here, this has been really embarrassed in this deck. Generally speaking, the Five of Swords is about someone who wants to win at all costs. You know, who can mind fuck you. They don't care who they throw under the bus. They just want to get their way, and that's it. Incredibly selfish, self-centered energy. In this deck, it is more specifically about being really embarrassed about a situation, being quite humiliated. It has there's an element of illusion and trickery here. Someone's just been a complete arsehole, quite frankly. And whoever that is, whether it's you or them, this is their karma, the negative karma with Karma in reverse here. This is Judgment in your Rider-Waite deck. So this is no second chances, no forgiveness. It's really bad judgment. It's about regrets, and it's basically negative karma for whatever wrongdoing has been done to you in the past. Someone's going to get theirs. And this is a challenge, the karma, with my Two of Stones. There's infighting here. Here's my two hairs knocking lumps out of one another. Wee fisticuffs. So yeah, this is a real challenge to deal with. But there is possibly or likely to be no reunion here. I've got my reunion card in reverse. And the Journey upright. The Journey in this deck is the Death card. This is moving on. This is making a pretty wise decision. With the Raven here, they have the element of foresight, and he's sat on basically a skull. It's done. I just feel it's done, 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 done. That's what I'm getting. And in your immediate future, I have got the Page of Cups upright with the Seven of Cups in reverse. This Page of Cups is kind of like starting from scratch. I really feel this is like my student card, going back to the beginning. It's about self-care and self-love. It's discovering the magic again. It may be starting a new course, but there's something that might just spark your curiosity or your imagination. And with the Seven of Cups in reverse, there's no more illusion, there's no more trickery, there's no more confusion. You're really clear on what direction you're going to take, and it does involve an ending of something, the transformation of yourself, which will come about through the ending of something else. How you're being viewed is the Lovers and the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, if I can pick them up. This is just no longer investing in a relationship, in a marriage, in a partnership, in your coupledom, whatever. It's just not putting the hours in, not working on it anymore, not investing. Done. This is how you're being viewed. And I clarified my eight. Actually, the base of the deck, I beg your pardon, was my Emperor in reverse, and this is my Tyrant. And with this is clarified by himself in reverse as well, who's my masculine principle, or one of. This combination is someone who can be suffering from depression, but I really do get that this is overwhelming arrogance, aggressiveness, dominating. It can also be a sort of volcanic release with himself in reverse here, and with the Emperor. He's a tyrant, basically. This is who you've been dealing with, and this is who you're no longer prepared to invest your time in, and that's certainly how you've been viewed. In your hopes, you're hoping that this situation can come to a successful close with the World card and the Queen of Cups. You're hoping that you'll still remain intact, that you're still going to be at some point in the future receptive to love, and it's not, you know, completely destroyed your romantic notions, your hope for a sweet future, and that you've learned all the lessons that you have had to learn throughout this experience to allow you to move on. Back to square one, back to the Fool card. This is the final card in the major arcana. This is what you're hoping for, Aquarius. It's not protection, it's a hope. And in your fears, you're fearing fear. This is the shadow. It's also the devil. This is about not being... This is almost like the bogeyman here. They're hiding in the cave and they don't really know what's out there, but they're bloody terrified. And really what needs to happen is that you need to confront it and face it. But you're really, really quite scared, Aquarius. Oh, sorry. Oh my gosh. And you're scared about moving on. Moving on from the Five of Swords, moving on from all this combative energy, from competition, from fighting, from one-upmanship, from the whole debacle. You're afraid to move on from it. Might have a wee bit of Stockholm syndrome going on there. And again, that's kind of like better the devil, you know, and it really isn't. And it's because we have the Ten of Cups in reverse here. So you're afraid to leave this marriage, afraid to leave this relationship. What does it mean for me? How will I cope? All the usual stuff that people go through when they leave a partnership behind. But you're hoping, and I think that's where your focus needs to be. Don't focus on the negatives and your fears, because that's what will manifest. Focus on the positive outcome. And on that, your outcome is now. I think when you do finally call time on this relationship, this person is going to be somewhat problematic. We have got the Page of Swords in reverse here. So this is just tension. It can be someone who's very erratic, who, you know, flies off the handle. It can actually be physical force as well. In some occasions, certainly they will be keeping a very close eye on you. They might talk crap about you. They're going to be ultimately very pissed off, very argumentative, and very troublesome. I've got my clarified by 3 cards, my Lom in reverse. And this is, again, the ending of a partnership. My Lom upright is one of my couples cards. It's like my old couple that have been through the war. She's all shattered. You know, her wings are all tattered. He's just like a big idiot buffoon there, all dorky. And in reverse, it's just enough. And here he is. Here's our joyous being, our Glancomer in reverse, the great pretender. He's deceitful, he's vain, he will apologise but not mean it. But really, honestly, Aquarius, this is handled with care. The Glancomer's bad enough, but in his reverse position, this is someone who is very volatile, especially with the Page of Swords in reverse, who can really be possibly even violent, in all honesty, but most certainly verbally abusive. And oh, that gnome, they're going to try and stir up a complete hornet's nest in your life. They're going to try and create chaos. They'll be very unreliable. If you've got children and you're going to try and sort out, you know, custody and, you know, who gets what, they'll be the sort of people who don't turn up, or you'll turn up and they'll say that you weren't there, and they'll go complain to the judge, and the lawyers, and they'll rack up lawyers' fees. That they're just going to be an absolute bloody nightmare. So prepare yourself, Aquarius, if this is a route that you choose to go down. And this person is not going to make your exit easy, is what I'm going to say. So, yeah, and the base of the deck, I had my 7 of Wands in reverse and my 2 of Cups. You're no longer fighting for this partnership. No longer, it's not even, you can't defend it. It's almost like there's nothing worth defending in this relationship. There's too much water under the bridge. Too much has been said. Too much has been done. Okay. I might drift out a little from December. You know, most people get through one last Christmas in an unhappy relationship, and that's when we get to New Year, it's all often the final straw. First day back to work is divorce day for the lawyers, are inundated with phone calls. So, Spirit, please give me an advice card for Aquarius at this time. Stand your ground and ignite your passion. Take charge with authority. You're solid as a rock. Mountain. Yeah, I mean, if you're dealing with someone who has been gaslighting you, you know, you need to be very, very clear before you take these steps, Aquarius. You'll probably know this person very well, and you'll know what sort of tactics they're going to come up with. But, you know, this is suggesting don't let them wobble you. Hold firm to what you believe in or are focusing on, because it is absolutely right. Mountains are strong and wise. They are rooted deep in the earth and reach high into the sky. They have been where they are for thousands of years. Mountain energy is powerful because it's firmly rooted in the Great Mother and reaches high to the Great Father. If you're feeling challenged or pressured at this time, know that your spirit is more powerful than you think. You are resilient and grounded, and the energy and air of the mountains is giving you the unshakable strength to be who you are. Take time to root yourself deeply in the energy of the earth before welcoming in the energies of heaven. If you're not sure what you need to do next, the Mountain card invites you to stay exactly where you are, talk things over with those around you, and know that change will come to you. You will be whole and well at the end of this current situation, and it will not stand in the way of your future growth and expansion. And fire guarding is just suggesting that you ignite your passion. Find something to get excited about, you know, maybe even get angry if that's what's necessary. You may be so much, if you've been dealing with a narcissist for a very long time, you lose pretty much your entire self, but the vast majority of it. And this is suggesting you need to find out who you were before. Get in touch with who you were before, the things that used to, you know, bring you pleasure, the people that you used to spend time with, the activities that, you know, inspired you. Get in touch with who you were before this person, and get a wee bit of fire back in your belly, because you might have a bit of a fight on your hands with this one, Aquarius. I might try and get a wee one out to you before Christmas, and I just hope things work out for you. I know I do personally read for a number of Aquarians, and I know this story is going to resonate, but it is just a general, guys. Don't take it as gospel, and if you would like a personal, your information is below if you want to get one. So all the best. Thank you for listening. Please like, please subscribe, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.